This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of MP Crowley Incorporated and by Rockland Trust, where each relationship matters.
Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Mayor Mayor for the City of Leominster, and we're live this afternoon. I'm just sharing this on Facebook for those that watch on Facebook. And and there you go. We didn't do this 15, 20 years ago. We didn't have Facebook to be able to share. Today, a couple of clicks, and we go from... see that? I'm just sharing this on Facebook for those that watch on Facebook. And and there you go. See that? Pretty good. Anyway, we're live this afternoon. Very exciting because we start selling tickets for the pizza crawl next week, and the list is getting longer and longer for those that are participating, including our own Appleseeds at the Center for Technical Education and Innovation. And they have their own pizza machine now, their own I missed out on the samples. Athens Pizza, Central Street, Athens Pizza, North Leominster. Daddy's Best Pizza, Espresso Pizza, New York Fried Chicken and Pizza, New York Pizza, Pizza King, Roasted Peppers, and more to come. And, it, you know, for a lot of these businesses, it's just a way to give back to the community. Are they getting rich off of this? No. Is it a little bit of an inconvenience? All of a sudden, it's 5 o'clock at night and somebody wants to come in and get one piece of pizza as part of the pizza crawl. But they do it for the spirit of the community, right? That's why they do it. They don't, trust me, they don't get rich off of selling dollar pieces of pizza. But they're patient, their staff is patient. They may ask you to be patient and say, you know what, right in the middle of like 10 orders right now, if you just wait a couple minutes, I've even seen them say, here's a whole half a pizza, just take the whole thing. Or here's an entire pizza, just take the whole thing. And anyway, it's just a fun thing to do as we wait the arrival of spring. And speaking of spring, we already have our pansies out at City Hall. It's a tradition that the first week of March, no matter what the weather is, that we plant our pansies, and they are officially planted. And we have Wendy Wiiks will be in later because she planted them, and maybe we'll even have some pictures. So anyway, we have some guests today, and all right, just to tell you, it took me 15 minutes to get here. It's just all of a sudden, I don't know if people get out of work early or what's going on, but I know the weather has been calling for this like mix of rain and sleet, and I think it's just got everybody into like this panic, and it may be justifiable, but coming in here, there were no slippery roads, temperatures were still above freezing, but this is the kind of weather that things could change in a moment. And 1 degree, 2 degrees difference. This is one of those, it's snowing in Gardner kind of things. It's mixed in Westminster or the top of Mount Elam Road, but when you get to the bottom of the hill in Leominster, it's raining or a mixture. That's literally, we're talking a degree or two that's going to make the biggest difference in the weather for the next 12 or 18 hours. So keep close, watch out. This is the weather where you watch out when you walk out your front door. You might have walked in an hour ago or 20 minutes ago and it was fine. And now you walk out and all of a sudden it's ice and you can't see it. And as it gets dark, that's why they call it black ice, right? It's dark, you can't see it. You know, the rain freezes over the granite steps, and next thing you know, you're bouncing down the stairs. So be extra, extra careful. That's all I could tell you. There was a little ice. When I left City Hall, the handrails, which are cold to begin with, but I could feel a little ice on them. Was that from the previous storm? I don't know, because I think yesterday's sun pretty much warmed everything up. So I'm not a meteorologist. All I could tell you is, from experience, be careful, extra careful. extra, extra careful. All right, we've got some great guests today. I think you're going to enjoy our hour together here. On a Thursday afternoon, we celebrated our 1400th morning briefing this morning. And we have a lot to remind you of. A number of things got canceled, but I will tell you that, I'll tell you what some of the new dates are on some of these events. And then we have Arthur Pierce coming in from the high school, from the music program. I'm sure he'll update us on some changes that were made on cancellations that were done this week. So, short break, be right back.
Oh my gosh, it's late. This is the hallway. This is so strange. Whose house am I in? I just want to go home. Why am I in a different chair? Yay! This is the happiest day of my life. No! I'm gonna go home. Whoa! I'm outside! Finally! It's 9 a.m. I gotta go to work.
Over again, but you're starting on your side and then getting up to your knees.
Finally!
Technical difficulties. Let's try again.
Bye.
Bloopers, they said. Bloopers? Yeah, that was pretty good. They had fun here at Camp Week last week. Are we going to do another one for spring break? They're doing another one? Cool. All right. So we'll start with Arthur Pierce, then we'll start talking about. So tonight was supposed to be the 40-minute play.
Yep.
The competition.
It was supposed
at
to
the high
be,
school.
Yes, it was supposed to be Tuesday
Tuesday?
night and Thursday, and
Right.
both got
They
canceled,
canceled Tuesday, so
for weather.
Thursday. Now they canceled tonight, and that's going to be scheduled to next Tuesday and Thursday.
Next Tuesday, next Thursday. Yep.
Do you mind telling us now? So this is a timed.
Yes. So it is
40 minutes.
Yes, it is. It's a 40-minute competition play. They host the prelims last Saturday, and they advance to semifinals. So, which is going to be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And so these public performances are to help them raise money for their expenses for travel and competing like that. So yeah, they were supposed to be this week, but pushed to next week, Tuesday and Thursday. I mean, what are you going to do?
No, I know, but things are starting to pile up here. So you're going to have an aggressive couple of weeks.
Yep.
With everything that's going on. So this competition, when we went to Denver, Colorado for the All-American Cities, we thought a lot of this kind of program because we had 2 minutes to get on the stage and set up. And then we had 10 minutes to do this, and 5 minutes to do this, and then time just even coming up, walking off the stage. And I thought, yes, this is what I feel the pressure.
It's really amazing because part of the competition is they have to have their whole set up in less than 5 minutes and take it down. And it's it's like a 2-story set. They've got like 40 kids.
Well, you want it to be impressive, right?
Oh, it absolutely is. And they've won awards for their set designs and things like that. So they're very proud of it. They did. It's kind of like watching a pit crew. Change
Everybody knows what they're doing.
Exactly. So,
hopefully not bumping into each other. That's why we could have some bloopers. Emily, thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you.
I know you've been helpful as a mom and a parent and a professional. And I knew your kids when they were like this big.
You knew the earlier set of kids.
That too.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, this this thing keeps. It's good. A lot of times, it's good to see because a lot of times once the parents hit, the kids get out of school. You don't see them for a while.
Right.
And all of a sudden, those kids come back with their kids. And you see the parents again at like the festivals and everything else. Then their kids are in the kindergarten.
And now the
performing.
grandkids.
And that's what I'm saying.
Now the grandkids are in.
So that's what happens. It's just like for a little while you don't see them. So for there's no end to this.
There's no end.
There's going to be no end.
I had another baby, so she's in show choir now.
But it's a good thing that we have. And I was listening to this podcast the other day talking about it was about sports and the chemistry between players and the longevity. And some of these kids played football or hockey or basketball together and then rose in their careers and played again. And we're lucky that we have that sort of synergy in our music program. And I'm not saying it was ever bad, but this is like as good as it gets. I mean, it's like everyone, I know when you have like the all-city choruses and everything, everybody is very helpful, but it's a super talented, patient and knowledgeable, because again, you could be a great musician, but you might not have those skills to be able to sort of teach or pass that on or mentor, right? You'd be the greatest musician in the world. And just like, this is my own little silo here, and that's where I'm staying. And I don't know how else to help anybody with it, but hey, I'm here for the help. But you do have a good group, and that's where I wanted to start our segment here. And you have a good group of parents. They've always had a good group of parents. Yep. And whether it be theater, you get sponsors with theater and music program, and you have the Rotary Club, and there's car washes. You're like Mr. Clean out there doing the car washes. But there's always money to raise to do the extra things that sometimes the budget doesn't afford itself. So thank you, right? From the very beginning, thank you to all those involved. It's a big effort. You have incredible talent within the teaching base, and you all seem to get along and work together. I feel that sitting in the audience without even have to ask. I feel that automatically.
Yeah, and that's been the goal. The goal is always to provide more opportunities for kids to perform, and the easiest way to do that is to work together. And so we had the chorus in the round a couple weeks ago, which you were at. We had bands in the round last night. So it's a very busy time, and again, we really work well together.
And they love performing.
They do.
Love the feedback. So the play that was done, was it the fall? I don't know, my times are all mad. It could be 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. But The Wizard of Oz, and the place is packed every night. It's a lot of work for them and you. It's got to feel good for them to get that reaction from the audience.
It absolutely is. And it's really nice to have the older kids to do all these collaborative things. We call on the older kids to help out with the younger kids, to be the role models and things like that. And we kind of remind them, it's like, hey, remember when you were small and you were doing your first chorus in the round or bands in the round or your first play, how the older kids helped you out. And so we talked to them about, this is your way of paying it forward to the next generation. So, and the kids really step up when we ask them to. So it's wonderful.
That's pretty good stuff. Now, Emily, you've been involved for a long time.
Yeah, this one's in show choir. My son was in the band, as you know. My daughter did the art program many years, and she's now a mom, and I've got Miriam.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
How did it happen?
Yeah.
So now we have Miriam, who's 17, and she's performing in show choir.
Yep.
And when she was coming in the 8th grade to high school, she saw the show choir perform when she came to the chorus and the rounds. And I said, I think that's for you. She said, no, Mom, it's not for me. Now she wants to apply only to schools that have musical theater. Why? Because of show choir. Why? Because of Arthur. So she's
are you the parent who, I have categories of parenting.
Okay.
Are you the parent that explores and exposes them, makes some recommendations, but then allows them to kind of
make their choice.
go their way?
Yeah, to make their choice.
That's the way, rather than Nah, I think you're going to be dance. I think you'll like dance. You're going to dance. You know, that kind of thing. And but you've been lucky and supportive no matter what they've done.
But you know what? The school has really nurtured them. Whether Arthur now for Miriam is everything for her. Yeah. And then prior to that, we had Mr. Hudson for my son, who was in the band, and we had, you know, all the art teachers that really nurtured my daughter. So it's just been, the arts for Leominster has been amazing for my family.
And it's good. That's what I say. You have to expose them, whether it's, whatever it is, anytime you could bring them to anything and actually show them.
Exactly.
Anything. Just, and what, something will light the spark, you know, spark the interest in it, which gets them into the explore. It's kind of like going to CTEI. You go in there in the 9th grade, you sort of explore the other trade, and then you may find one, you may not, but at least you've been exposed to it.
Right, and now she wants to perform. Whereas when she was taking piano lessons, there was one point where she said, "I don't think I can do this anymore because I have to perform." Right. Now she wants to perform. Right. She's gotten the bug.
Right.
So.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, we also have the art show coming up, the student art show that's coming. I mean, it's good. That's what I'm saying. Things are starting to pile up. You won't be going anywhere anytime soon. But these are all just good things. So let's take it. So this Saturday, what is happening at the...
So this Saturday, we are hosting our 2nd annual Flamingo Show Choir Festival. So we go to competitions throughout New England, and the kids were urging me to host our own competition because we have a beautiful auditorium.
1,000 seats.
1,000 seats.
Beautiful.
You know,
acoustics are good.
Great spaces. And so they were urging us to host our own competition. And so last year we did it for the first time. It was successful. We had 9 groups coming.
Wow. From other schools?
From other schools throughout Massachusetts and Connecticut and Rhode Island. And they had such a good time last year. The people who came to our festival, because we start right off, they step off the bus. The stamp that they get on their wrist, it's a flamingo stamp. You know, we lean into the theme so much.
You have to tell them about the flamingo.
We do, yeah, and we do that at the awards. We say, why
it's
is
like if you give them a hook cookie.
Right. Why is this called the Flamingo Fest? And so we incorporate kind of the history of the town, and they love the theme. Like we had some kids last year. They got off the bus. They hadn't even been there 5 minutes. They're like, "This place is so amazing. Can we come back next year?" You know, and so we've almost doubled the amount of groups. We're going to have 17 groups performing.
That's amazing.
Middle school, high school, large groups from high school, smaller groups from high school, and what we call single clef, which is just like tenors and basses or altos and sopranos. So we have 17 groups performing. We're going to start the performance, kind of depending on the weather right now.
Right.
But our original plan, performances are going to start at 8:30 a.m. and they're going to go all the way through to 7:15 at night.
Can the public come if they want?
Absolutely.
They have to pay to get in? Or is
they do.
Yeah,
they do. And there's a QR code and a website that they can go to get tickets. They can come for like a morning session. They can come for an afternoon session. If there's a special rate, if they come after 5 o'clock, I think it's like half the cost. So we really want to encourage the public.
Is this like a competition at the end of the night? Is when everything's going to hand out trophies?
Yes. We have
awards?
We have an amazing logo, which is on our trophies that we give. The trophies are pink because, of course, they are because flamingo.
Look at you,
and.
Marketing.
Right, exactly. But the kind of the rules are, if you host a competition, so we are the hosts for this competition, we can't actually compete. All right. So all the other groups that are coming, they
you'd be given the unfair
because we hire our own judges and things like that. You know, it would be. Right. You want to be fair. Yeah. It's a competition. We're flying in judges from Washington, D.C., Chicago, as well as Central Massachusetts.
So
people that I've met throughout. Yeah, it's a big deal. People that I've met through my work with Show Choir for the last 10, 15 years. So we're really excited to host it. There's going to be, because it's such a long day, there's food, there's flamingo-themed merchandise. There's you can if you have a favorite performer, you can send them a flamingogram, which is like a little squishy flamingo with some little treats. And I think we may have somebody in an inflatable flamingo suit that delivers those to the classroom.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's a big deal. We're expecting close to 600 performers and an audience anywhere between 600 and 1,000 people. So it's and because we were so successful, because we did such a good job last year, it's just word got out. It was like, this is the one you want to come to. This
And you made it fun.
Yeah.
I forgot to give out the phone number. It's 978-534-1626. And if you'd like, we're just tired about the music programs within the schools, the competition that's coming up, that they're hosting. And then next week, Tuesday and Thursday, will be the play. That's approximately 40 minutes. So make sure you get there at 7. Is it 7 or 6:30 that you start?
You know,
What time should they get there? To be safe.
Probably to be safe, probably like 6:30.
All right, so get there because everything's timed, so they're not going to be waiting for Aunt Sally to get there. Like this is practice for them, right? I mean, it's kind of practice for them for the next step in the competition.
Yeah, for the semifinals and then hopefully finals for them as well.
So our group is called Ignition Show Choir. So, Mr. Mayor, we want to make sure you're there by around 7 o'clock. So you can see they'll perform last. They're not in the competition, but they get the home crowd all pumped up.
That'll be Saturday night.
Saturday night. Come at 7. They'll go on around 7:20. Yep. They'll be performing last.
I will be there at 7. I have a 90th birthday party to go right after that.
Okay.
But I'll make sure I'm there right at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so you can watch them.
Yeah, and then I'll be there next week. So there are times when people in the community want to help. And so we'll get calls sometimes saying, hey, I have musical instruments. Do you think the school would want them? And I said, well, I don't know. I don't know what, the condition of them or anything. I don't know, but we'll check. But sometimes people might have a lot of money. They might not have a lot to give, but they want to give something. And they want to support the music program for whatever reason. Maybe they were at Memorial Day or Veterans Day, or they were at one of the parades and say, you know what? Music is part of our life here in our house or our family. We want to make a donation. Can they do that?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. We're happy. We're happy to do that.
And where do they say that they send it to a particular place or to the? Is it they write the check to the Leominster Music Program or?
They could do it to the Leominster Music Boosters. That would be fine, and we will definitely be again to use it to help students.
Right.
That would be wonderful.
And every little bit helps.
We're a 501c3. The Leominster High School Music Boosters is its own independent 501c3. I'm one of the board members. There's an amazing board.
I know you.
They all support Arthur, and Arthur does so much. But it's a partnership, and he's out doing everything, getting ready for tomorrow and the next day, and a group of parents are running around doing the same, and we're all going to be volunteering.
I can't say enough about our parent group. Like we absolutely could not do even a tenth of all the things that we do without the support of the parents. And it's not just fundraising or financial things. They're there chaperoning. They're there, whatever we like.
When kids turn into kids,
working on
focus,
working on costumes or uniforms or things like that. Whatever we need, like they're the first ones to step up and help.
And so when you see them out there at doing a car wash, or see them out in the community doing fundraising, that's a really good way to help out when you can't make a huge donation, but it's a good way to support, and you get your car washed, or you get whatever it is that they're selling, or a fundraiser,
or leaf raking. We like those community service kinds of
you're giving back.
Products. You're giving back. You're doing a service for people who need it, and those have been pretty successful for us.
Well, I like your flamingo tie.
Thank you. I have a second one for Saturday.
You do?
I do. I'm not wearing the full flamingo suit, but I have a new special flamingo tie for that day.
How fun! Well, thank you all for the boosters and everybody for what they do. I think Leominster has a great reputation in the arts.
It does.
And we'll see that with our art show that we do every year at this time. And not that we'd like to show off, but we'd like to show off the hard work of the parents and their students, your students, their kids, and our teachers and support staff. We'd like to show that off. Hard work, right?
Absolutely.
You want to show off hard work. You want to
and hard work and constant improvement. Like every time we do it, we want to be a little bit better, And it's very motivating for the kids.
The band. People say, "Oh, the band." We see them at the game. Yeah, but you know, come August when it's really hot, and it's really hot on Blacktop, you know, they're up there.
Yep.
Or in fact, even earlier now, they're starting than just August.
Yep.
But the chorus and just every school is doing like amazing things, and it's like a feeder system to like sports. You know, you're feeding them off, and they're going from, you know, from elementary to or preschool to elementary to middle school, and then off to the high school, and doing wonderful things. So thank you both, and pass on the word.
Thank you so much for having us today.
We'll see you 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
Saturday night. And if you want to see other
Oh, yeah.
show choirs, come earlier. But
Flying through the door like, wait a minute, don't start.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Thank you both. We're going to take a short break. And again, the phone number is 978-534-1626. And if you're heading out tonight, just be careful. I don't know. Like I had to drive in this weird weather the other night, and depending where I was or what hill I was on or what road I was on, the temperatures and the weather fluctuated, and it went from pouring rain to ice to these little white pellets to snow back to, and all I could do is tell you that I did about 30 miles an hour on the highway, and I was like, yeah, I'm not taking any chances here. I'm going to keep my car under control. So we're taking a short break. We'll be right back with more Inside Leominster. Ready, set, cut. All right.
Got there.
We have a citation here for you from all of us, congratulating you and thanking you for adding something different and very fun. So here at Chaotic Goods, 45 Main Street, they're open what hours?
Generally, we're open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. depending on the day. We're only closed on Mondays.
All right, so explain your store and what motivated you to...
Yeah, Chaotic Goods is has been a dream of ours to open for over 25 years. We have board games, trading card games, miniatures, role-playing games, as well as art. And we try to feature local and indie developers and creators, and try and lift up marginalized communities and give a place for everybody to come and enjoy the hobbies that they love. We have a very active Discord server. Yeah, a big part of what we're trying to do is we're trying to give people a kind of an analog third space where they can get away from their screens for a while. Yeah.
And you can actually, there's a space in the back.
Yeah.
You can actually come and play the game.
Absolutely.
And we don't charge any money to use the table space. We've got a game library in the back. Come back
really
and hang
good.
out with your friends and family.
That's
Play a
really
game.
good. We're really happy that you have a little citation. Just thanking you all for choosing us. You could have went anywhere. You chose us, and so we're very thankful. We're very thankful of that. So thank you very much.
So much. Thank you very much.
Say how to reach you from town.
45 Main Street, Leominster, obviously, 978-401-2118 is our phone number. You can find us online at chaotic-goods.com. We're on Facebook as Chaotic Goods LGS, and we are also on Instagram as Chaotic Goods LGS.
Thank you to LTV for coming here to help us spread the word.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And we're back here with more Inside Leominster. By the way, if you're just like skimming the channels or surfing, we do this every week at 4 to 5 o'clock. It's live. Occasionally we have to do something tape or repeated it, but I would say out of the 52 weeks of the year, we're here about 48. And this year in particular, we had holidays on Thursdays and there's Thanksgiving and those kind of things. So other than that, we get together and just informally try to share information and make it as fun as we possibly can. Don't forget, you can start buying your pizza crawl tickets next week. Get the tickets at the mayor's office. So starting the 9th of March, this show plays different times of the week. So if I throw in a date and say it's Monday the 9th, it's because you might be watching this on Tuesday. So anyway, just to let you know, trash collection is still happening tomorrow. We don't know what the weather is. They say 1 to 3 inches. Last week, the other day they said 1 to 3 inches, and we got like 5. So they're a little off there. But again, weather, it's very strange this time of year. A degree or two could change everything. And then on Jungle Road, where we have our yard waste collection site, next week they're going to grind up all that pile of I guess it's brush that we have there. So they will be closed again next week from the 9th to the 13th. And that way they get ready for the spring when you could actually get into your yard and find out what's buried under the snow. And so you might have some sticks and leaves and things that are buried under there, but you can't see them. And when everything melts, you're going to say, oh, it's time to clean up and bring everything to the transfer station. Nothing except, I mean, every day there's something happen at the library, but nothing as an organized event. And then on Saturday, they have an event. It's called Japanese Kodabao Botanical Fun with the New England Botanic Garden at Hill Tower, at the Tower Hill at 2:30. And then remember, our public library is open on Saturdays from 1 to 5. And then on the 9th, on Monday, Family Fun Night, Magnificent Magnets at 6 o'clock. And then on Tuesday the 10th, it's preschool story time at 2 o'clock. Lenten dinners, so tomorrow night, which is the 6th. What's tomorrow, 6th?
Yep.
6th. Is the second of the Lenten fish dinners over at St. Anna's. They do this all through Lent. The last one it's every Friday until March 27th, and it's 4 to 7. Go in on the side street, which is called Derwin Street, and you will not be disappointed. The only time you're going to be disappointed is when they stop doing them on the 27th. And Jerry Caruso has rescheduled his fundraiser. It was supposed to be tonight, and they rescheduled it till the 27th, I think. And if you're really getting excited about spring, you're thinking about what events are the recreation department going to have for me or your family, registration begins for our programs, for the spring programs, on March 10th. You can go to leominster-ma.gov, and it's kind of like City Hall, only when we're closed, it's like City Hall's open 24 hours a day. So you wake up at night, you can't think, and you're like, yeah, that's right. Let's see what programs they have at the rec department. Just go on leominster-ma.gov, and you can find anything on that site. And then again, for those students that are in the 8th grade, or maybe even younger if they want, it's an open house at CTEI. It's the Center for Technical Education and Innovation. And Saturday, March 14th, from 9 to 12, they have an open house, and they'll show you all the different programs that they offer there. This sounds like a lot of fun. It's the end of the month, which is the 28th, but we have live music and dancing featuring the Reminiscence. It's live 50s and 60s music. When's the last time that you went to a live event where you could dance and listen to music and it was 50s and 60s music? When? I don't even know the last time. Don't even know. Anyway, it's at City Hall, and it's $20 at the door, and you can bring your own non-alcoholic drinks. Yeah, because you can't bring like real alcoholic drink. And what fun is that anyway? Anyway, coming up on the 28th, and we'll remind you. Also, on the 31st, many said, I'd love to donate blood, but I work out of town, and it's always during the day, and I just can't get there to do so. So what do? We asked Mass General, hey, could you move the hours around a little? And they said, we've had such good success with and support here in Leominster that we're going to move the event for this date on the 31st from 1:30 to 7. So if you leave Boston at 4 or 5 and you get back here at 7, bingo, you can donate blood. Any questions, just give our office a call, 978-534-7500. And then Dino Tracks, Artifacts, follow the footprints to the ancient past. It's coming up. It's a free community event. You can walk through a display of fossils and artifacts from Israel, Egypt, and ancient Near East. Perfect for science lovers, history buffs. I bet Scott was one of those kids that liked this stuff when he was a kid. He ran around with those toy dinosaurs and stuff, I'll bet you. And science lovers, history buffs, and explorers of all ages. This is coming up on April 23rd, spring break. And it's 10 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, hosted by archaeologically enthusiast Stephen and Jan Sessions and the Leominster Church of Christ. How cool is that, huh?
Very cool.
That's going to be fun. And let me see if there's anything. Oh, it's happening in Leominster. That's our Facebook page. And if you don't have Facebook, you come to City Hall. We have a nice, 6 or 8 page copy here. Tells you, it's kind of like the newspaper. only it's nice you could keep this around. Gives you dates, times, places. We have Simply Well Seniors Aging Well Seminar Series. As a sponsor, we have, let's see, Fidelity Bank is our big sponsor. Anyway, thank you to our sponsors. And we're always looking for sponsors, just as we are here. If you'd like to sponsor our cable show, like, like Crowley Construction, and who else is our sponsor? Is it the bank?
I mean, it's for all of LTV, but they come in front of this show. It's Rockland.
Rockland Trust, that used to be Enterprise. So there you go. So if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can call, and Scott will get you hooked up. And again, our biggest call at City Hall is trash. The lid broke on my recycling bin. Somebody stole my bin. They're picking up trash. They delayed everything. We put everything up because we know this is the busiest place. Everything we put up on leominster-ma.gov. And if you have any questions, you can call our office and we'll put you in touch with all the right people. Wendy Wiiks is our guest. Our phone number is 978-534-1626. And where do you want to start? I know that we haven't had you on for a while, so do you want to start with grants? Or?
Let's start with housing.
So oftentimes we'll be reading social media. It's like, Leominster doesn't do anything for affordable housing. And we have these conversations internally, and we're like, you know what? Either people have forgotten, or maybe they're new to town, or whatever. And it's like, maybe we should. So Wendy said last week, we read so much about this that we don't have any, we don't do anything for affordable housing. Maybe we should update everybody. So that's what we're going to do. Do we have slides and everything?
Oh, we got
boy,
slides.
I love it. All right. So let's get started.
All right. Let's get to the slides. We can go to the next one.
What's wrong with that one?
Are you doing? Oh, they're doing.
No, but what's wrong with the one before?
Well, it was just an introductory.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So somebody said, like a month ago online, somebody said that, look at this other community. They're doing just
they're doing all kinds
They're
of...
doing just
Fitchburg's
exactly.
doing... How come you guys don't do anything for affordable housing?
And they were
Well, we started 20-something years ago, 30 years ago.
Doing the same exact thing. So, a lot of people don't know. They don't. They may have just moved here. So we're going to...
They drive by a building, maybe if they're new, and they just assume it was there. So let's look at Ivory Keys, which is 140 Adams Street, historic building.
That's what it looked like on the top. And Bob Salvatelli said, well, that and the next one, the next door one, that we'll never be able to do that. And look what happened when we...
And they were not in great shape.
Nope.
In fact, they were to the point where we were putting X's on them and actually looking to step in and having to tear the buildings down. And there's a lot of work that goes behind these. You can't do it alone. You have to get some grants. And
affordable tax credits. Historic tax credits.
MassWorks grants, which helps to bring the infrastructure in. So no developer can get enough rent. So if you want to keep them affordable, no developer can do everything that it's going to take to put people in these buildings, to renovate and rehab these buildings. This building was a historic building. It was used in manufacturing. And here we are trying to convert the thing. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of moving parts, and it takes a lot of people to cooperate. So we take the Ivy Keys, 140 Adams Street, 41 units of affordable housing, right?
Yeah.
Is your old piano company?
So each one of these ones we're going to show, the city got a MassWorks grant to do the infrastructure around sidewalks, sewer, water. So for this one, we got $1.3 million to do Adams Street, Cotton Street, all the sewer, water around there to feed this building and the whole neighborhood.
And we had to change zoning there. There's a whole bunch of pieces of things that needed to happen there before it could actually happen, before we could even start construction. And one thing I'll say about the developer, he restored it to, it is as authentic and original as he could possibly do. He really went the extra distance to make sure that building maintained its historic character. I forget 7 or 8 different piano companies in Leominster, and this is the Jewett Piano Factory, which is known all over the world. All right, you ready for the next one?
This sat for a long time.
This sat forever. It had some furniture storage in it for a while, some mixed use.
This is one of the first projects like this. In fact, the MassWorks grant wasn't even called that then. It was called the CDAG grant.
Right.
So this is one of the first ones. We got total intersection upgrades. We got sidewalk improvements in the area. So it was, it was a partnership with Newview. Each one of these projects has a partner, either quasi-public or private partnership that puts money into this. And they, it's 40 units of affordable family housing there, and people love living there.
And again, there is no developer that could go into these buildings. I looked at the Jewett building with my business partner at the time, back, I forget how many years ago, and you couldn't pay much for them, and at the time, construction costs were a lot lower, so you could actually do some before. You can't do it today. Now, this has got some history because this is Bob Kraft's wife actually worked in this building, and this is where the paper box company started. It was a partnership, and then, of course, her dad ended up separating from the other. They ended up on Industrial Road as Rand Whitney, and it was interesting because when she passed away, there were so many people that had actually worked with her, which makes it a pretty cool thing. So this is where the Patriots started, just in case people get a little confused about it.
But I remember when Newview was just starting this project,
Right.
I went to a forum with Mark Doan, who was the executive director, and I can remember he had this huge piece of, like a whiteboard, and it was just all these lines of the funding that they had to get for this.
It's so complicated. And go ahead, we'll go to the next one. This one was ready for the bulldozer. From a Tom McCann shoe factory here, converted to 52 units. It's also offices. It's also the YMCA. It's a whole bunch of a real mixed-use project. We got the 1.3 million again to help out with the project. This literally was ready for the bulldozer. We had, I don't know how many different people that had owned it and then sold it and lost it, the bank, and this, we were like literally, I'm not kidding, ready to step in and do a structural survey and then tear the building down. And this building was rescued and is home to 52 units of market rate housing. Okay, let's go to the next one. So 45 Summer Street was the old Eleanor, I think, dress factory. And didn't have a lot of parking, needed a lot of, rip it out to the bones. And we ended up with 36 market rate apartments. And that, again, was another MaxWorks grant that you had to put in for.
That one did sidewalks. That one did the whole. That also one of the matches to that was not only Summer Street but the Enterprise Bank building,
right,
and Brady's. All of that was the match to that grant.
And this same developer ended up taking over the building next door, which was an old rooming house that needed some work, and turning that into, again, market rate or affordable housing as well. And then he went off to do another project. I don't know if it's on here, on Tremaine Street.
Yep, it's on here.
So we'll go to the next one.
There it is.
There it is. And this one's recently completed. It's a good-sized building, and but again, nobody. I know people that went in, they measured it out, they looked at what it would take, and they're like, I'd have to charge, the top rent in the area in order to put these units up. But so 34 Tremaine Street, the old Buckley building, and how many units you got in there, Wendy?
17.
17 market rate apartments built there. All right. 260, the old Carter Junior High School.
I went there.
Talk about ready for demolition. The roof had fallen into the third floor. The third floor had fallen into the second. It was a mess. And again, Newview and Mark Dolan, just an absolute rock star. Never could have done it without them. We worked together with them. We got the grants. And what a great building. And 39 affordable housing units right there. So another 39. So while the rest of the area was kind of sleeping and not addressing the issue of home, and that's the point we're trying to make, is we've been at this for a long time. Our problem right now is we've run out of buildings.
Yeah.
And now you can see these were all like closed, factories. We have maybe one more potential building on Water Street between Water and Mechanic that we can do, and the rest of them have been rehabbed. All right, let's go to the next one. The Journey Home project with North Star, that's 15 units off of Marcelo Ave, which is off of Main Street. And again, this took not only us, but Fitchburg Housing, City of Fitchburg, and the home funds that we dedicated towards this. And this is only a year and a half old. And there's a piece of land that they were looking to develop, and again, put apartments on it, but they were not going to be, these were all going to be high-end apartments, top of the line, as much money as they could get. And we used some of our ARPA funds for this, and $3 million in Housing Works grant. You get another 15 units there. Next slide, please. Okay.
So this is current. This is we just got the MassWorks grant for this for $3 million to do infrastructure. It's tied to a whole area that we're going to do that we've gotten 4 different grant programs for involving Lancaster Street. But this one is June Street, which is the old factory that's torn down now, but we're in process. But
I think they just got to take the silos
Yep.
down and they're ready
Yep.
to go.
So there's going to be 10 units there and an estimated 300 units on Lancaster Street at the corner of Elm Hill, and we've got $3 million to do infrastructure around that.
Whitney Carriage, again, they had a 30-year loan. The 30-year loan was up. They came back and renegotiated with us because they had outstanding loans that needed to be renegotiated. And again, stepped up, and with the Whitney Carriage Apartments, it's called Falls. And again, providing market rate and affordable. Well, mostly I think market rate is what they were trying to do. And if you've seen the new proposal that is being proposed for up around Target, you know, those are those are high end, and there's a need for high end. Those are $1,500 to $2,500 to $3,000 a month. But again, it serves a certain population, a certain need. And I'll hear people say, "Oh, those aren't people from Leominster that are going to live in those buildings." And it's like, no, that is absolutely. We hear it all the time for the professionals that live here, young people that used to live here that want to come back here, may have a spouse or a partner that they want to live, and they're professionals, they make decent money, people that work at Health Alliance or even people that are from Leominster who are living in Worcester who want to move back, or Boston or Wellesley or Cambridge, that say, "Oh, no, I want to come back to the area." I love the fact that I can go over and there's restaurants, there's restaurants downtown. I have commuter rail. I have just about anything you could want. I have it. And if I want to be in Boston, I can be there by the train in an hour or whatever it might be. So we have a lot of that. Go ahead, and on the next slide, do we have any more? All right, let's look at upcoming projects.
Do we want to look at the Mechanic Street video? Or do you want to just keep going?
Where is it in here, mixed in with
Scott
this?
has it.
What's
No,
that?
Scott
Do you have the video that we have? All right, why don't you narrate?
So this is under Mechanic Street, where this is the actual culvert that is being lowered. It's one section of it. There's about 6 sections that need to go just under Mechanic Street. So
what
this
they're going to
is today.
do is
That's the
what you
picture.
drive over. When you drive over Mechanic Street by Brady's, that bridge that you really can't see, there's a bridge under there, trust me. Underneath the bridge, they are going to re-secure it and re-pipe it by putting a culvert pipe. So they're going to build the culvert pieces up top, and they're going to put them together.
That was the first piece.
First piece.
Being lowered.
They lower
in
it,
there.
put it together.
Yeah.
And then it's set on rails.
It's
like
set
a
on
train.
rails, and then it's got this huge system that it bolts to the
Right.
existing.
And so they're going to do this underneath, and you really can't see it. You're seeing it right. And people are really interested when we posted pictures on Facebook. So what they're going to do is they're going to kind of like resurface it underneath. They've already put a coating on the roof. They're underground working. They have to keep it heated, so everything is at the right temperature. And so it's pretty interesting. So you can't see what's going on. You can see them lowering pieces, and they're working under it. You may see, like, hey, nothing's going on. Oh, no, there are plenty of people, and they're working underground. So they'll actually build this culvert and then start sliding pieces under it. So this way they don't have to dismantle this beautiful bridge. It's gorgeous. Yep. I think it's like a Roman sort of style to it. All right, let's look at our
So that's just the top.
So they're
that's
putting
where
pieces
that's
together.
the culvert. Yeah.
Yeah, one by one, lower them down methodically, and
We can go pretty quick through these.
All right.
This is Barrett Park. Barrett Park and Distributing Reservoir are both under design, and the dams are fully funded.
Is it from the flood?
Yep. North Nashua River is going to be going out to bid in the summer for part 2 of that project, which is protecting the sewer line to the treatment plant.
I hope we can open up some of the trees that are on 190 so people can actually see down there.
We already,
All right.
we already talked about that on the other slide.
That's
so-
Lancaster Street.
And now you can go to pictures of the week.
All right, let's go pictures of the week. I never know what they are, so here we go. It's National Open Data Day, it's Multiple Personality Day, National Cheese Doodle Day, and World Information Architecture Day. You can skip over the next slide because we're running out of time, and then do pictures of the week if you have them. Largest milkshake, 1955. Can we round it off to 2,000 gallons of chocolate? All right, next slide. Pictures of the week. Here we go. Oh my goodness. We're going to do something for spring, the first day of spring. It's on a Friday night. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to celebrate. If it's for 10 minutes, we're going to celebrate spring. Congratulations to our snow people, winners. These kids did a fabulous job. We gave $100 the first prize and $50 the second. First one is Fisherman Snowman with Cooper 5 and Aussie 8. Second place went to Relaxing at the Beach with Rona. Was 9 years old. A great time. We did this every year. Last year we didn't have enough snow to do it, but we had our sledding party over at Southeast Hill, also known as Francis Drake. And we had a drone out there, took some incredible videos and pictures. We had music, and these kids fear nothing. They were moving, they must have been moving 20, 30 miles an hour, and they don't stop for any, it's just like, choo, if you're in the way, you're getting taken out the knees. But great time, and we had snacks, right? We had hot chocolate and snacks, and kids were very respectful and thankful and pleased and thanks. And we cut it loose at 7. Last time I got in trouble because we didn't leave until 9, and the parents were like, I gotta get my kids, they got homework to do, and they gotta do this, and they gotta take a shower. And so we were there, we cut it loose around 7, and we had a great time. Thanks to the Meals in Hope by Leominster Rotary. This was very well organized. We had skids show up on Thursday and Friday. It was literally healthy food. I got to help package some of these things. It feels good to help out. It was very organized. And this gets now distributed to local food pantries, not only here, but the whole area that they serve here in Worcester County. Chaotic Goods, we showed you the video, they're right downtown. So if you're into these games, I know a lot of people are. It's just an amazing thing, an amazing thing. We're going back to this now. How fun is this? Some people are really into these things. So you heard him say it's been 25 years in the making that they had this dream to open a store like this. So new game store, 45 Main Street, right downtown. And we had Puzzle Palooza, and I'll tell you, I thought they were making these big block things, you know, like 500 pieces. This is serious competition, and a lot of fun. Everybody that came, they were great. These are like really fun people. They're like the people you want to go out and party with. You know, they're like fun people. So thank you to Rec Department and all the families and friends that showed up to put their puzzles forward. And again, starting to build a culvert. Show you the still picture of that area. Boy, what a winter to start a project like this, but he plowed right through it, no pun intended.
Yep.
And do we have the last picture of the week? Second concrete pour at Manusnock. It's a lot of work. And then congratulations to Chief Sidlow on his retirement. Chief Robert Sidlow was 45 years that he was with the city of Leominster, and we'll miss him. The law requires for him to retire at 65. He was by no stretch of the imagination looked 65 or was ready to retire, I don't think. He still had a lot of good years in him. I always felt safe. I always knew the city was in good hands when he was there. Always communicated, told me what was going on. If I needed to know something, I don't care what time of day, 2 in the morning, whatever. Either he called or somebody called. Here's the situation. Here's what's going on. And I always knew we were safe. And the first week of March, in tradition, we always plant pansies. So thank you, Wendy, for a donation of the pansies. Wendy made sure, I mean, everything was frozen in there on Monday, right? So we had to get it all out, thaw it all out, pour water, heat it up. And we've got the tradition of so you've got it all, you'll have covers for
Yes,
tonight.
don't worry. Everybody's worried.
And they'll be like, you got to cover them. No, we've done this before. Well, spring is coming. And we are the first in the state of Massachusetts every year. And no one has even attempted to try to knock us out of being the first. Now, even in Boston, when they have in front of the hotels and stuff, nobody. No, in fact, you had to leave the state to find pansies that are hardy enough to plant outside. Isn't that true?
My 92-year-old neighbor was walking this morning. I said, guess what today is? And she put both her hands up and she said, it's Pansy Day.
Pansy Day here in the city of Leominster. So let's start the music. And the sun, you know, every day I get in my car when the sun's out, I'm like, it's actually warm in here. Yesterday, I stopped for a minute to pull my charger out of my tractor, and it was so warm that if I wanted to stay in there, I'd have to open the windows or turn the air conditioner on. That's how warm it was. My friend has a greenhouse, and he says, I had to turn the fan on to get some of this heat outside. So we are excited for spring. We've been planning for spring since the day after Christmas, and we're ready to go. We're going to need a lot of help this year. There's a lot of areas that need to be cleaned. Obviously, we do a lot of the cleaning, but if you have a group, or it's your neighbors or your family, you want to do our project, and you're not sure exactly what project you want to do, but you want to help clean, we'll give you the kit. We sign you up, give you the kit. We'll give you the location if you don't have one. Maybe it's your church, or maybe it's the ladies quilting group that meets on Saturdays that says, this Saturday we're going to go out and clean Carter Park or Barrett Park or somewhere else. I sense we're going to need some help cleaning this year, and but we're excited, very excited. We have a lot of things planned. It's 250th birthday of this country, and obviously we have people in the military that are overseas right now, and there are a lot of politics that are going on back and forth. They need to know that we support them, and that's what's important right now. And I know people want to post the price of gases, and it was $2.30 last week, and now it's $2.70, and it went up to $2.90. Yeah, I get that. But but right now we have people that are in harm's way, and we want to make sure that they know, at least from our community, from our little community here, that we support our troops and those people wherever they may be, in whatever branch they may be, or even if it's civilians and whatever their interaction with this, that decision was made. It's not my decision. It's not. I just have a commander-in-chief. Decision was made. These people are sworn to protect us and are deployed. We're told they don't get to decide where we want to go, where we don't want to. So take the politics out of it. Just remember that we have people serving all over the world at this particular point, and we support that. All right, we're out of time here at Inside Leominster. I want to thank the whole crew back there that comes in faithfully every Thursday night and stays with us. And thank you to Wendy and everybody from the school projects that work on theater and on yachts. And when is, I didn't see the art show coming up. I know it's starting next Thursday. Is that the premiere? Yeah, so it's next Thursday. Are we going to be at City Hall next Thursday? Do you know? We'll have to check with you. But I believe it starts next Thursday, the art premiere of the art show. I think it's next day. Anyway.
It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks. So it's not next Thursday.
No, but it's 2 weeks.
The show is still, it has been so well received that it's 2 weeks now. Because everybody's, oh, geez, I got here and it's the last, oh, I forgot. It's by popular demand, it's 2 weeks. Out of time here inside Leominster. Be careful out there. I don't know what the weather's going to be. Neither do the weather people. Yeah. The weather can fluctuate and change depending on topographic, geographic, whatever it might be. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. Thank you for showing up. Good night.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of MP Crowley Incorporated. And by Rockland Trust, where each relationship matters.
This is LTV.